So this is something I've been thinking about for a while because dust collection on the table saw sucks. And by sucks, I mean it doesn't suck up any of the sawdust above the blade. Now you can buy arms that clip on the table saw and have dust hoods that fit over the blade. Those work really well, but they're expensive, so I wanted to make one. Now I struggled with the design for a while and I decided I should just go for it and try to make something that's functional but also cheap. Because at the end of the day, worst case, I can just throw this out and make a new one, and I'll learn something from it. The design is pretty simple. I just got a base here, and I'm going to have an I-beam style structure going from that base, reaching up and reaching over the table saw, and then an arm that drops down that's adjustable. There's really not much I can say about this part because it's a really simple structure. But during assembly, I made sure to use glue and pin nails to hold that in place for the glue to dry, but I also followed up with some screws to add extra strength. I will say, by using an I-beam type of structure, it made it really easy to add in an angle support with plenty of strength. There's a couple pieces I'm cutting out here to help strengthen up the whole structure. They're going to sit at the base. One is going to be on the back, and the other is going to be perpendicular, once again taking advantage of the I-beam gap. In case it's not clear, the whole thing is upside down right now, just to make it easier to attach the base to the I-beam structure. Now I was ready to check that I made this the correct size, and it gives you a much better look at the main structure. The next part was creating the adjustable drop down. Here I'm using my favorite measurement method, plop in place and trace. I was thinking about setting up my router table to cut a groove down the middle of a piece, but then I realized it would be a lot simpler just to connect two pieces together. And because of that, the connecting pieces actually added a really nice stop so that the bar could only raise or drop so far. I'm planning on making a dust hood, but first I wanted to do a quick test, just quickly running my shop vac up and over with a basic attachment to see how well this would do. I figure if this does okay, then a dust hood that's more enclosing the whole top of the blade, that would do better. I'm using acrylic for the dust hood, and I used my 3D printer to make this dust port. That's not necessary though. You could make one out of wood, or you could just use a shop vac attachment. For assembly, I'm using hot melt glue to attach all the acrylic pieces together. I'm also using a 1-2-3 block to help square up the pieces before gluing. I got a longer dust tube, one that should reach up and over with plenty of length to the shop vac with a splitter. I'm also using a threaded insert on the bottom so I can just bolt on and rotate the dust hood any way I want. I ran another test cut, and this actually did pretty well. I'm happy with this. It could be better. I'm using a shop vac and splitting 2.5 ports to the back of the table saw and then above, so I'm definitely losing some airflow there. But overall, I say this build was worth it.